In my lifetime, I expect to see 3, 4, perhaps even more women on the High Court bench, women not shaped from the same mold, but of different complexions. I surely would not be in this room today without the determined efforts of men and women who kept dreams of equal citizenship alive.
My name is Amanda Tyler, and I am the Shannon Cecil Turner Professor of Law at the University of California, Berkeley School of Law. I consider it one of the greatest privileges and honors of my life to have served as Justice Ginsburg's law clerk during the 1999 Supreme Court term. She was my idol. How many people get to say that they worked for their idol? Justice Ginsburg was defined by her brilliance, by her resilience, by her dedication to her work and being a public servant, and by her unwavering devotion to take up the charge set forth in the preamble of the Constitution to make ours a more perfect union. As her law clerk, I had the great good fortune of learning from her and being inspired by her. She always acutely appreciated how the court's work affected the everyday lived experiences of Americans. And she understood, too, just how important the work was to ensure that our Constitution leaves no one behind.
I had the distinct pleasure of meeting the notorious Ruth Bader Ginsburg when I was president of the Chicago Bar Association. I had an opportunity to interview her for a public television show, as well as to host a luncheon with her. We rode around town. I talked to her as if she were a girlfriend. She had an immediate warmth. She was funny. She was gracious. She was very inviting. It was as if we'd known each other for years. She told very comfortable stories about her friendship with Justice Scalia, which made me feel as though I were a part of their inner circle. And the stories she shared on our public television show were just fascinating regarding her humble beginnings and her resilience, her desire to create equity among all people in our nation.
So Ruth Bader Ginsburg said famously, enduring change happens one step at a time. And one step is not what she took. She took many steps. So there were millions of steps that Ruth Bader Ginsburg took for us. And I am so grateful. I have no doubt that I wouldn't have had the opportunities in my career if it were not for her dogged determination to ensure that there's gender equality.
She has emerged as one of our country's finest judges, progressive in outlook, wise in judgment, balanced and fair in her opinions. She defied labels like liberal and conservative, just as she did in her hearing before the Senate, to earn a reputation for something else altogether: excellence.
So many people have shared so many accolades and stories and memories of her. But I think my fondest memories are of the fact that she always came back to New York, to the New York City Bar Association, to speak at the event that honored her and provided an award in her name, because she knew how important it was for women, particularly young women, to see what they could also accomplish. I think the greatest gift she gave all of us was that she brought her whole self to all of her work. She acknowledged all the many parts of her life in her work. Her life as a lawyer, her life as a professor, her life as an advocate, her life as a parent and a spouse and as a judge. And she showed all of us that we too bring our whole selves to this great endeavor that we call the law. And for that, I will always be grateful to Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Hi everyone, I'm Wendy Weissong, and I wanted to share a special and probably unique memory of Justice Ginsburg. Back in 1984, when I was a law clerk in the DC courthouse, I used to take jazzercise classes with her and Judge Wald and a number of other law clerks and judges. And there we were dancing in our leotards and tights to Lionel Richie and Madonna, and having Jane Fonda yell at us to feel the burn. And we did. And it was a Ginsburg. Thank you.
I recently had the great privilege and honor of interviewing Ruth Bader Ginsburg's close friend, Brenda Feigen. Brenda was with Ruth Bader Ginsburg at the ACLU for about a decade before she went on to the Supreme Court. And it was truly astounding learning about Ruth Bader Ginsburg's early cases, which set the foundation for all progress that followed. Those early cases of Frontiero and the VMI cases and so forth really did lay the basis, not just for rational basis to protect gender, but intermediate scrutiny, which is such a powerful thing as lawyers, we all know, to have that protection. So for me, the real revelation, I had known Justice Ginsburg as this very, powerful Supreme Court jurist who dissented when necessary in such a powerful way, but truly her legacy is with those key cases that made the bedrock for all the progress to come in terms of women's rights and equality.
It's sort of easy to forget that in the relatively recent past, women didn't have the opportunities that we have today and the ability to form the kind of networks and develop the careers that everybody is working on developing or supporting somebody in developing. And so I'm just really grateful to her for blazing that trail for us.
Her loss remains devastating, but I take comfort in knowing that her legacy lives on, and together, all of us will carry forward the work and keep fighting for that more perfect union.